You saw these butter beans in video number 59, I believe it was, and that was on May 30th. I don't know when you'll watch this clip, but that's when we got the beans. Today is June 1st, and so we're fixing to wash the beans in this water here. Then move them over here to blanch them for 2.5 minutes or so, and then we'll dip them in ice water to stop the cooking process, and then put them in bags to save them for a later date. Okay, the next step is she's going to wash them again. She's washed them first and got the majority of the junk out, so she's going to go through them again a second time just to get them cleaner for us. Okay, after they've been washed and cleaned twice, she's now putting the clean beans into the, what you want to call that pot? Into the basket that goes in the blancher. So you people that know how to cook would know the proper terms, but I don't. Okay, so we've got 2 quarts of beans in the blancher now. As I said earlier, we'll cook those for 2 to 2.5 minutes.
When it comes back to a boil.
Or when it comes back to a good boil. After that comes back to a boil, then we're going to put them in this bowl of water with ice to give them an ice bath, and that will stop the cooking process. Okay, they've brought back to a boil, and now she's putting them in the ice bath. And she'll leave them there for how long? Till they get totally cool. And that'll stop the cooking process, and then we're going to put them in pint bags and put them in the freezer. Okay, so the next step in this process is we have a pint freezer bag, and we're going to fill it with 2 cups of green butter beans. Just add a little bit more there because them cups ain't quite full when I get them out. So one thing you got to do is make sure you get all the air out of the bag. And then what we end up with is our pint bag. It's got green butter beans, and then today's date, 6/1/2020, and then 2 cups. That way, whenever we pull them out of the freezer, we know how much there is when we get ready to figure serving sizes. And that brings this project to a close. We ended up with 14 pint bags of green butter beans. Jackie's mommy ended up with 13, so it just depends on how much you put in there. But Andrew doesn't eat these. I don't eat these. So Jackie, John, and Caitlin's got a bunch of green butter beans to eat. In this clip here, Jackie's fixing to get ready to harvest some more cucumbers. This will be our second harvest. There are several that are getting real close, but we're only going to get 2 today. So tomorrow or Saturday we'll end up with about 5 or 6 more. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're picking tomatoes at Walsh Farm in Maynard, Georgia. It's a U-pick tomato farm. And yes, we have tomato bushes at the house, but it's not enough tomatoes for our entire family. So we've been coming to this U-pick farm for a few years now, or I say we. Jackie and her family have. This is my first time here. So today we're picking tomatoes. Here you can see more farms and their phone number. Again, they're in Maynard, Georgia, and you can see they are a Georgia grown company. Georgia grown is a marketing strategy that we use in the state of Georgia, just trying to make sure people know that not only are they U.S. products, they are Georgia grown products. Now this farm's a pretty good sized tomato patch, and they have several different varieties of vegetables and all here. Not just tomatoes, they have squash and other things. But this is just their tomato patch, so you can see a pretty good amount of tomato bushes here. It is open 6 days a week. $8 for a 5-gallon bucket if you're using them for yourself. If you're reselling, then it's $12 for a 5-gallon bucket full. And what's nice about the U-pick is you get to pick the tomatoes that you like compared to somebody else picking them for you. The first 5-gallon bucket is picked, and I'm going to transfer them over to this tub. Now they're transferred out of the bucket into this little tub here, so we'll go get another bucket. We finished up at Moore's, and you see the 2 5-gallon buckets of tomatoes. Well, we put them in the tubs, but that's 2 5-gallon buckets. And then at the top right, we bought some red potatoes, got a cantaloupe, got an eggplant, and got some okra on the right. Okay, so we ended up coming to another local U-pick place, and this one's called the Red Barn. It's also in Maynard, Georgia. And you can see by the sign they got cucumbers, peppers, tomatoes, squash, new potatoes, and green onions. But again, we were only getting some tomatoes. We wanted some beans, but we've run out of time. But then here's just a view of their vegetable patches, and then their little red barn. This is our final haul from the Red Barn. Again, we went to pick beans, but ended up picking 2 more 5-gallon buckets of tomatoes, and had bought the little bag of corn when they pulled up with their trailer that had the big bags of corn, so we ended up buying that. So that's our haul from the Red Barn. And here's my final comment with the hauls from Walsh Farm and the Red Barn all mixed together. See, we got a good abundance of stuff. Some we picked, which we bought it all, but some we picked, some they already had bagged. But my closing comment here is, if you're near a farm that lets you pick, go support that farmer. Cut out the middleman and the top man that are reaping the rewards and shafting the little guy at the bottom. Because when the little guy at the bottom gets shafted, you as the consumer pays a higher price. So if you have a chance to support a U-pick farmer, go support that U-pick farmer. On the other hand, as you've watched my last few videos, we've started growing our own garden this year. And that's really what we need to do, is be self-sufficient as Americans. Quit relying on foreign countries. All of this is American grown produce, Georgia grown produce, but at least it's American grown produce. We need to really be looking at labels when we go to the store. I'll give you an example. We went and bought at the grocery store, stopped on the way home, and I bought 2 lemons, and they were $1 a piece, but they were a product of the USA according to the label. And I love grapes, and the purple grapes had product of the USA, but the green grapes were from Chile. So look at labels. We need to support each other. If we can't be self-sufficient and grow our own, let's support each other. If you want to know how to start a garden, look at YouTube channels like the Arkansas Woodcutter or the Bull's Garden. There's numerous out there to start gardens, but those are 2 channels that I watch a lot. Hoss Tools has good gardening tips. I mean, there's numerous out there YouTube channels, but those are three: Arkansas Woodcutter, the Bull's Garden, and Hoss Tools. That's the three I watch the most. And like I said, I watch plenty of them, but those are the ones I'm regular to. But we need to learn to be self-sufficient and eat healthy. So that's my video for today. I hope you like what you saw. Consider giving me a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, I ask you to subscribe to our channel so we can continue growing and spreading the information that we as a country need to learn. Take care. God bless.